the reset, not just for me. Or not just for the game, for me too. And the mental reset. Because I like this area. It's nice, it's green, it's relaxing. Was he talking about streaming again? How did he know that the streamers would love this game? This was what he invented. Streamer slop. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what is streamer slop. I mean, it might be, right? Getting over it. The friend slop? Was it Lethal Company? What was before Lethal Company? Oh, Phasmo. Phasmo, of course. Yeah, or Among Us. Does Among Us count? But I think Phasmo was first, right? Phasmo so old. I barely remember it. Sorry, Phasmo. I still like Phasmo. I never played it enough to like lose my fear of it to where you just start speedrunning all the signs. I still like it. Pacify. Oh my gosh. So many of them are perhaps not the best kind of gameplay, you know, experience. That's also what makes it good. Gary's Mod. Or should any of you guys play this game? It was like my baby's first battle royale. It was called The Ship. It was on Steam, and when you bought a copy, it would give you like 3 free copies. So, and you could like spawn infinite free copies of the game. Yes, with the Kronii. You guys remember that one? Oh my gosh. I didn't know anybody actually played that game. I think they shut down the servers, right? That game was fun. That was a classic. They should bring it back. Was it good? It seemed good to me. It was originally a mod. Yes, no. I remember getting really annoyed though. Probably just because I was bad. Because it is a shooter, I think, sort of. But mostly I would just like run around and hide behind doors and try to catch people unawares. I remember playing a clone of it on the Xbox 360. I only had like 3 games for my Xbox 360. One of them was Skyrim, of course. One of them was Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think, which I only bought because it had Amaterasu in it, and then I never played it. It's not really a good reason to buy that game. I was just really into Okami, and I wanted to show my support, so had to buy any game that did a collab. But I also played this one, oh my gosh, wait, what do you call it? Bullet hell game with like a ship, like a spaceship or an airplane or something that I bought on the Xbox store. Ikaruga, that's it. And I played a lot of that game. I think I bought it for like $10 on the store. I think I remember it being cheap. And I played a lot. Oh, I also had GTA 5, which I never really got into, but I kind of do want to play GTA. Maybe GTA 4 on stream. Ikaruga was cool. I mean, I like bullet hells in general. I never really play them, but I do like them. I heard GTA 4 is great. And I've never really gotten into any GTA. I think I played a little tiny bit of 5. I think I also I fell for the hype of GTA 5 and just bought it because everybody was talking about it. And I think I thought it would be like Skyrim. I mean, there are RPGs, I guess. But I think I was sad that I couldn't make my own character. Story mode was good. Skyrim, but guns. How? Well, you know, I thought it was like an RPG where you go around the world, aka the city, and you can like buy a house. Maybe I thought it would be more like The Sims, actually. You know, you role play. I wanted Cyberpunk 2077. Is that what Cyberpunk is? I did not fall for the hype of Cyberpunk because it was bad at launch. But I heard it is good now, right? And it even has an anime, and I watched the anime. Maybe I should play it. Oh, I don't know what to play. Which RPG to play? Because there's also Mass Effect that I could play. I need to play Vampire the Masquerade, Kingdom Come Deliverance. No, I want to do Fable. I do kind of want to play Kingdom Come Deliverance. But when I play that, I should play The Witcher. What will hook me like Skyrim hooked me? That's what I want. Fable, I'm interested in because of the morality. Elder Scrolls 6? What are the chances Elder Scrolls 6 is good? How are we feeling on that one? League of Legends. No, we're a Dota household here on this channel. We play Dota too. 50-50? That's not bad for Elder Scrolls being good. Starfield sure was awesome. Starfield makes me sad because I feel like it could have been so good. I wish that Starfield was Firefly. If you've watched Firefly, and if you haven't, you should, because it's a great show. Like the plot of Starfield, you should have been like a smuggler, like a smuggling ship doing illicit trades. And then like there could be a bunch of factions, you know, just like how there is in Firefly, and a bunch of quests. And you know, you could choose to leave the smuggling life behind, or you could stay as a smuggler and get involved with the space mafia literally in the game. Is it? I guess I wouldn't know, because I only played like a few hours. Maybe they should have had Inara in it. Maybe that would have made all the difference. Played 6 hours? That's a lot. I feel like I love Baldur's Gate 3. I do. I have like 200 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, I think. I played it all off stream though. That's the kind of game you gotta play in the comfort of your own head. Those are rookie numbers. I know. Because I haven't even romanced everyone. But that's also my problem, because I want to see all the romances, but then it's like you have to commit to 60 hours. It's a real commitment. Do I play with mods? No, I haven't. Also, I lose it every time. Sometimes you try to find like a specific dialogue because you think it's funny, and you look on YouTube and there's a video of it, but they always have it modded so that the characters are wearing the most out-of-pocket clothes you can imagine. The characters are always wearing the weirdest stuff. Like Minthara dressed as like a hot librarian, like wearing modern glasses and like a button-up shirt and a pencil skirt. It's like, this is an anachronism. This does not fit in the world of Baldur's Gate 3. But she looks great, I guess, so that's why. Sounds like I gotta play again. They're always dressed like that. Can I get a link? You can find it on your own. There's so many choices. I mean, even in the base game, you can, you know, you put everybody in Orin's outfit. It's good for druids though. It's actually a good armor set if you're a druid. I have real gameplay reasons why my Shadowheart is wearing that. I made Shadowheart a druid. I did, and it actually makes sense because of spoilers. My good Shadowheart, when I played as her, I made her a druid because I wanted to play a druid. What druid? I don't remember. The shape-shifting one. The one that turns into an owlbear. I think you could also turn into an elemental, but like, who wants to turn into an elemental when you can be an owlbear? That's like all I've ever wanted to be. Did I do a run with an OC? Yes, I've done a dirge run. I did reformed dirge, and then I tried to do evil dirge, but I didn't have it in me. Never finished your dirge run. It's good. I think it's good that they added it, because in like Divinity 2, when you play as a original character, it just feels so empty compared to if you play as one of the pre-made characters, because they have so much more dialogue, and like it feels like they actually impact the world. So I think Dark Urge was a good addition, where you can have an OC, but you also feel like you actually fit in this world and you're not just a NPC hanging out with the actual heroes. They say if you can get through the chimney, you can beat the whole game. That the chimney has all the skills required to win. That's what I tell people when I try to get them to beat this game. I think everyone should. It's basically the Outer Wilds of rage bait games. I do think Jump King also seems good. I could never get into it as much as this one. It feels harder. Jump King. The muscle memory is tricky, but maybe that's the same with this game too. I've just played it more. I certainly have. Yeah, Jump King is way different. I don't know how you get good at that game, but it's possible. It can be done. You need to have like an intuitive sense of timing for your jumps. You count 1 Mississippi in your head. Muscle memory plus trial and error. I did like the puzzle elements, light puzzle of Jump King, where it's like if you figure out like where the guaranteed jumps are, you know, like, oh, if I do full power here, I will always make it. I liked that element. What puzzle? That's basically a puzzle, you know? Like, oh, this route, doing a full jump, that makes it guaranteed. I consider it a puzzle. But maybe I'm just in my puzzle era. I think I am. Like I said, I'm excited to play those word searches. I was about to print them out and play them on my own, and then I was like, No, this is prime content. I can't be the only one intrigued by these highly rated word searches. I can't be the only one who wants to know the secrets that they have hidden. I love word searches. I'm just intrigued by, like, people are saying that it's one of their most delightful puzzle experiences playing this word search game. How can that be? Something so simple? The language game was great. Like I said, I'm in my puzzle era. I have also in my Steam library the Forgotten City, which is another puzzly figure it out kind of game, kind of like Oberdin, I think. And the Case of the Golden Idol and the Root Trees Are Dead. I'm expanding my brain this year, one way or another, by reading, by puzzling. Oh my gosh, how's the book going? I haven't really worked on it in a little while, but I'm going to. I should get back into it because I'm gonna finish it this year. I don't know if I'm gonna publish it this year, but I'm gonna finish it. Same with yours. Yes, good luck. May we inspire each other to write. You will not finish a book this year because you're not writing one. And that is also A-okay. I'd like to finish the outline for yours. I believe in you. I still actually haven't finished my, like, first draft thing. The skeleton, I call it. Because it's just a very rough telling of, like, everything that happens. Because I found when I'm writing it, oftentimes it's like, okay, next, this character goes to this place. And, like, that's what I have in my outline. And it's like, okay, that's simple enough, right? But then you get to actually writing it, and it's like, okay, but how did they get there? And, like, why are they going there? You know, like, what in the moment makes them go there? Is this, like, convoluted? Am I just doing this to set up the story, or is there actual character motivation that would allow this to happen? And then I have to actually figure that out. That's what this draft has been, and I'm sure there's going to be more of that in the next draft. But I think the next draft will be easier because I've done a lot of, like the thinking. A lot of the thinking is done, so then I just can go and write it in prose. That's the plan. Is it okay for the plan to change as you write, or would that mess everything up? I think the plan will always change as you write. I don't know. I think that's why I do it this way, where I write everything roughly, because my plans have already changed a bunch. But it minimizes the rewrites that you have to do. I think plan always changes. How much has it changed so far? I don't even remember. It's actually, this idea, it started off, I was gonna write a visual novel. That's where it started, but then I changed it a lot. Because I don't know if you remember, I was talking about writing another book. I was gonna write a children's book, and I still might. Like a young adult book. Not like a picture book, but like a book for like a 10 to 12-year-old. And I still might write that one day, but I decided to change to something more self-indulgent because I think it's more likely to get done if it's something that I'm very passionate about, which is vampires. So I took the idea I had for my visual novel and turned it into a story instead. And it has changed a bit. I think it's more like it was so blank. It was so blank before, but now I've filled in a lot of the gaps. It's more fleshed out. But it's always changing. Especially the other characters. I worked a lot on like the couple. Because it is a fantasy romance. So, the main pair got a lot of attention, but I've been working more on the other characters too, because they are also very important. The spice must flow. I don't know how many chili peppers it's gonna be yet. I don't know how many chili peppers I'm capable of writing. Maybe one chili pepper. Inspired by Kushiel's dart. It can't be. I don't think I can. I don't have it in me. It will not be nearly that dark. It will be a little dark, though. I mean, it will be plenty dark, but not nearly that dark. What is that? Why did that look scary? I don't know why I got scared of this rock. It looks like a big lump of flesh. I didn't get scared by the jump scare. I've never looked at this rock before. It scared me. I thought it was like an eldritch horror. How can this game still surprise me? It like snuck up on me. I thought that The world of getting over it had been consumed by a giant, like, fleshy blob. I think my brain is starting to go. 30 games in. I thought I had a hacked copy of Getting Over It, you know? Like that one Sonic creepypasta. My cursed copy of Getting Over It. Yeah, peep the horror, exactly. That would be a good prank. To, like, mod somebody's Getting Over It game. And as you climb higher and higher, it gets, like, more and more horrific. To the point where you're, like, climbing on flesh. Terrifying flesh. Then it talks even more. Oh, imagine he, like, starts losing his mind and he starts, like, babbling incoherently. That would be pretty creepy, right? Someone should do a horror mod. I think the audience is, like, me and me only. The only person on this entire planet who would be interested in that. But it only works if you, like, don't know what it is, you know? You don't know what you're getting yourself into. If you can sneakily install it on somebody's PC. Oh my gosh, there's this game actually that I can't play because I've been spoiled. But I should, like, convince somebody to play it. But they can't see this clip either. It's a horror game, but it's like 10 seconds long. So it's a lot of setup for like 10 seconds of worth. But it's called Death Trips. And it's like set up like a horror game, but then the twist is that right as like this, it's like The Grudge, kind of. Right as the Grudge comes to try to kill you, she trips and falls. And it's very anticlimactic and humorous. But I got spoiled, but I meant to, like, I should recommend it. Like, seriously, like, it's a horror game. Because it would be pretty funny if they went in thinking it's a real horror game. It's just a 10-second long joke. Mint would play it. Okay, but she can't see this clip. She cannot hear me talking about it because it ruins it. All that effort into a thumbnail. I know, and if they Google it at all, then I just have to pretend like it's like an Outer Wilds, you know? Like, oh, you have to go in completely blind. Don't look up anything about it. But that's suspicious, you know? The game is so easily spoiled, so make sure you don't know anything about it. I'll tell them it's short. It's short and sweet. So do it on a day where you want to do a really short stream. Well, maybe not really short, a short stream. Or have something else ready. But maybe that's part of the prank, is them not being prepared, you know? It's 10 seconds in and they've completed the game. What is a McRib? It's not really ribs, is it? Is it like a Spam molded into the shape of a rib? That's pretty funny. McDonald's is getting sued over the McRib because it's not really ribs? Can they just say, well, the Mick in front of it tells you that it's not? The Mick scandal. That might be their defense, actually. Well, I'm familiar with this because vegan products have also been sued. There's like drama with the vegan mayonnaise community. I will tell you about it. So there's this brand of vegan products called Just. And so they have a line. They have like a Just egg, which is like a vegan egg. And then they have a Just mayo, which is a vegan mayo. But they got sued by Hellmann's. And Hellmann's argument was you cannot call your product mayonnaise if it doesn't contain eggs. It's not mayonnaise. You have to call it like a, I don't even know, creamy product. Basically, they were like, you have to call it something else. But I believe that Hellmann's lost the lawsuit. Well, because Just Mayo, because it's still called that, so they won. And they get to call their product Just Mayo. But the real kicker is that right after they sued them, Hellmann's made their own brand of vegan mayonnaise. So they were trying to get them out, and then they just made their own. Once they lost the drama, the hypocrites sued them back. Typical corporate lawsuit bullying. That's pretty funny. But I think this happened with ice cream, and the vegans lost. Because vegan ice cream is never labeled vegan ice cream. It's called like vegan frozen dessert. Frozen non-dairy dessert. But mayo doesn't have to have eggs. We have milk, but they're still called milk, right? Or are they? Is it called oat milk? It is, right? Almond milk, soy milk. I mean, soy milk has been around for so long. They can't take away soy milk's identity. What else would you call it? Soy drink, oat drink, bean juice. That's coffee though. Oh my gosh, coffee with soy milk is like bean on bean. It's basically bean soup. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe it's healthy. Soy milk latte. Coffee should actually be bean tea. I do not accept coffee into the ranks of tea. Coffee can stay where it is. I don't actually hate coffee though. Lately I've been getting a peppermint mocha, which is festive and delicious and gets me very jazzed up because I'm not used to drinking espresso. But yeah, does espresso even count as coffee? Coffee is like brewed. Well, so is espresso. I don't know. Of course, but it's different. What makes it different? It's a coffee with your pinky up. Wait, hold on. Look at, do you see these particles flying off? Is that Diogenes' dandruff flying off as he climbs the tower? He's sweating. Oh yeah, the pot is full of water, which I feel like must make this much more difficult. Maybe that's the point, you know? Maybe he's doing this as a workout. I mean, it would be a good workout. Streaming is fun. Is playing Getting Over It for 8 hours straight fun? Maybe. Has elements of fun involved, even when it's Golem. I mean, I haven't had fun with Golem. Sometimes I still think about that game. I never knew what happened in the end. Well, I guess I do know what happens in the end. He falls into the volcano and dies together with his precious ring. Maybe a happy ending if you like doomed relationships. Which who doesn't? In the movie, doesn't he look distraught, like right at the end though? Do you think he regrets it? But he's already lived so long. So much longer than his natural lifespan. Like all his people are long dead now. Like to the point where his species isn't even, they've evolved. His whole species left him behind. Isn't he a hobbit? I thought he's a proto-hobbit. River folk? More like he left his species behind. If you were an elf, would you go on the boat to the Undying Lands? Is there a downside? What are the Undying Lands like? Are they cool? Do they have Wi-Fi? Do you have to sit around meditating all day? I don't know. I used to want to be an elf. Like, think of myself as an elf. I think I've mentioned before, when I was in college, my friend group assigned all of us to different fantasy races. And you know, my friends were like tiefling and elf. And they assigned me as hobbit. And I was offended by that because I wanted to be an elf. But I think I am a hobbit. I think I do want to be in the Shire. Like, you know, just eating. Just eating and reading. Living a cozy life. Hairy feet. Well, it's the D&D hobbit, which is a little different from Lord of the Rings hobbit. You know, a halfling? They don't have to have hairy feet, right? Legally distinct. No, but I am a Lord of the Rings hobbit. Mine is the hairy feet. I want to live in the Shire and have parties. A baby bird, he says. He's talking about you guys. Baby birds. You. Yeah, you're at the auto feeder. That's cute. Although baby birds are kind of scary looking. Of all the baby animals, well, it depends. Once they get their fluff, they're cute. They're very cute. Even. Like a little duckling. But when they come out of the egg, they're not yet made for this world. Right out the egg. They can look crazy. Newborn birds. Yeah, especially with their like mouths. I don't know, and birds can be kind of psychotic. Like there's so many birds that will push their siblings out of the nest. And like even if they don't do that, they've evolved to like have the largest mouth so that they'll get more food than their siblings. It's messed up. Parrots are chill. I don't know much about parrot like reproduction. Should I? Only from Minecraft. No, they're not. Parrots are cute. I sometimes watch shorts of toucans. I like toucans. Apparently they're one of the cuddliest birds. They love to snuggle. And I think that's delightful. Oh yeah, and Apollo the parrot, of course. Have I seen the toucan beak restoration? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I love when people take care of animals in need. Good YouTube genre. I don't know what have I been watching on YouTube lately? Mostly Outer Wilds videos. Because I'm finally free. I'm finally allowed to There's lots of like small YouTube channels that are focused on just on that game, which is pretty cool. And they show like different secrets and stuff. And apparently there's all kinds of like secret endings to that game. I won't say details because it's all spoilers. But Outer Wilds is so special. People recommend it for a reason. I feel like everybody should play it. Sometimes it makes me sad because I've already played it and I can never play it again for the first time. And then I wonder, like, will there ever be games as good as Outer Wilds ever again? But there will be. I look forward to all the good video games that will come out in the future. And most of them, like, I don't even know what they are, you know? I don't even know what they could be. Your favorite video game probably hasn't even been released yet. Half-Life 3, Outer Wilds 2. I'm scared. I almost don't want them to touch the series anymore, you know? Because it's so perfect. I would like them to make something new with a similar tone. You know, that's always the fear when like a masterpiece gets a follow-up, because it's very hard to follow up to a masterpiece. That's what they're doing. They're making a new... Yeah, what are they working on? Is it public? Have they done games since Outer Wilds? I hope they're cooking something up. I do love indie games. So many good indie games. I think it's not the best time for AAA games right now, but indie games are so good. AAA is in a dire spot. I know. Those AA games, like Baldur's Gate, does that count? You haven't played AAA in a decade? What have I played? I'm sure I've been playing AAA games. I feel like I always do. Baldur's Gate 3 is AAA. Larian's AAA now. They grow up so fast. Hitman is IO? You're AA, surely. I mean, what's the definition of AAA? Anyway, production cost, budget? $100 million? It's Elden Ring. How much could it possibly cost? $100 million? We're watching Skyrim from afar. We're not in Skyrim. Otherwise, we would need a horse to climb this mountain. Ha 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 ha. Everybody knows about the Skyrim horse. It's true though. Does it work the same way in Oblivion? Or in Oblivion Remastered? I feel like I tried in Oblivion Remastered, but I don't remember if I had good luck. You can? It's a classic. Horse climbing worked even better in Oblivion. Should I play the original Oblivion? Is it different from the remaster? Would my experience be better? Should I play Morrowind? It's the same. Original is funnier. Just graphically, I mean, I do love the old graphics. The Vampire the Masquerade graphics were really, really nice. Brings me much joy. OG is the funniest game of all time. Because of the way that they suck you into their peripheral vision when they see you. Unskippable dialogue. Forced to have a conversation. Did they get rid of that whimsy in the remake? I should remember at least that much of the remake. It's old school Bethesda. I mean, what even is new school Bethesda? Skyrim's like 20 years old. No, surely not 20. 15? And Starfield, which apparently does have smuggling, but it's probably more of a, I don't know, a side quest. More like Snorefield. I don't know. I wanted to like it. Maybe I just need to play more though. Maybe the same is true for Oblivion. Although Skyrim definitely sucked me in immediately. I don't know why the others have not. It's because Skyrim spoke the words Mage College right into my ear. That was all I needed to hear. Give me a Mage College in any game and I'll play it. I should try Fallout. I should. I've been watching the show as it comes out because I watched season 1 and I've been liking it. I think the last episode was really good. I like Lucy. I think she's very funny and she's a good person, maybe. It might be remaking Fallout 3. I don't know anything about the Fallouts Except New Vegas is New Vegas. And Fallout 4 is the one that people didn't like, I think. But I don't remember. I feel like Lucy... Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I feel like Lucy is the epitome of millennial culture. And maybe she speaks to me in that way. Just like the cheerful attitude in the face of all troubles. The censoring of swear words. What the fudge? The okie dokie. She wasn't too thrilled this week. I'm loving this arc of hers though. When she got addicted to the... What's it called? That was pretty funny. I don't want to spoil it too much. I've just spoiled it though, probably. Minor plot point spoiled. I liked the last episode because the Brotherhood was not in it. I'm sorry. The Brotherhood's plotline in the show, I just am not that interested. I like the ghoul. Real plotline's very meh. Yeah, I don't really care what happens to the Brotherhood. I want to know about Lucy and the ghoul. Everybody likes the ghoul, yes, as they should. The game, you use the Brotherhood to get the power armor and that's it. I thought that they were like done with the Brotherhood in the last season because Max had like left them, but then he just went back. Is he Del Toro's Frankenstein? No, but I should. Honestly, I haven't seen Shape of Water either. But I should. I really like Del Toro. I like Pan's Labyrinth, of course. And I like... Oh, what did I watch? I liked Cabinet of Curiosities. And I liked Crimson Peak. Crimson Peak was kind of weak. That's what I heard, but I really liked it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the setting. I liked... Kronos is really good. I need to catch up on his discography. I heard that he was supposed to do the Hobbit movies, but he backed out like late or last minute. And there were some like concepts of his version of Smaug and the orc dude, and they were really different. I thought they were cool. And it makes me want to see what his version would have been like. He got kicked out? Wait, did he? Why? I thought, you know, the Hobbit movies, they are what they are. But I do feel like it would have been interesting to see them go in a different direction. A more Guillermo del Toro direction would have been cool. I don't know if it even fits though. Well, it kind of does, because The Hobbit is like a children's book. And Guillermo del Toro does like fairy tales, like dark fairy tales. Could have been cool. Splitting one book into 3 movies is too much, I know. They love to do that though. Except for when it would be really nice to have more movies. Then they just give you one. Then they cancel your season. Not renewed for season 2. They padded it out so much. Has anybody done a like director's cut of The Hobbit? Where you just cut out the stuff? The unnecessary stuff? Trim it down to, you know, 3 hours? That could be good. Fans have. So yeah, the re-edits. I really liked Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug. And I thought it was funny that it's... Oh my gosh, what's his name? What was Bilbo's name? Bilbo's actor's name? It's the Sherlock cast. Yeah, is it Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch? That tickled the part of my brain that was really into Sherlock back in the day. It's funny. They're getting the gang back together. Yeah, right at the peak of Super Hulock Mania. I was so into Sherlock. I became a real Teaboo. I really wanted to move to England, but my British accent is too bad. I'll never survive. You really wanted to be Sherlock? I mean, who doesn't? He's the guy who knows everything and solves all the crimes. I think about that show every time I unlock a door and I miss the keyhole and I scratch the key. You know, I think about how he called someone a drunkard for having a scratched up keyhole. It's like, I'm not a drunkard, I'm just clumsy. I still think about it every time I miss. Think about that with your phone a lot. I read this book when I was that age, when I was really like into Sherlock. And it's kind of a crazy book. It was called someday my prince will come, and it was written by this lady who had this elaborate plan to like marry a prince and move to England and become a princess. Like non-fiction, like in the modern realm, the world of today. And honestly, she never accomplished it. And that was kind of like the moral of the story, was like, maybe you don't need to become a princess in the royal family of England to be happy. But I think I read it and I was like, oh, so this is like an attainable thing that someone could do? You could go become a princess if you follow this game plan? Oh my gosh. Technically, yes. It's called Princess Diaries. I don't remember the plot of that movie. I get that one confused. This is gonna be really stupid. I get the Princess Diaries, which is like a beloved movie by everyone. I get it mixed up with Ella Enchanted, which, well, that also might be a beloved movie. Nobody's hating on Ella Enchanted, but I get them mixed up. Wait, I'm thinking of the Princess Bride. Wait, I get the Princess Bride mixed up with the Princess Diaries and Ella Enchanted. One of these is not like the others, though. That's it. That's the one. I don't know why. They're like, it's because they have princess in the name, I guess. Ah! This is inconceivable. I don't know what to tell you. I have never been like a movie person. I'm trying to become one, though. I'm starting by catching up with all the 90s camp movies that I missed, you know, because I saw some classics, like Master of Disguise. That's really the only movie you need to know. Anyway, camp movies like Camp Rock? Yes. With Demi Lovato? Skyrim does put you to sleep when you play it too late. I wanted to do a Skyrim playthrough where I get really OP magic items, because I've never done that. But that's something you can do in Skyrim, and it seems fun. But you have to grind. Because I remember I was trying to grind to like dragon bone armor. Or dragon scale armor. And I never even got there. But I want to do like enchanting. Long setup to make those items. But it might be worth it. What if I just like, you know, I don't do anything? Like I get to Riverwood, and then I immediately just start enchanting stuff. And then I don't leave for Whiterun until I have my most OP magic items. Good idea? And then the rest of the game will be like a fun romp. Or no, maybe I go to the wizard college for immersion purposes. And I study there for 8 years. 4 years undergrad. Better make it 5 for postgrad. For 9 years. And then I'm ready to play the game. The major change halfway through. That was me, but with my minor, which I don't know why I was stressing so much, because a minor literally does not matter at all. Nobody cares about minors. I'm sorry, but it's kind of true. At most, they'll ask you a question about it and be like, oh, that's cool. At first, I was like, oh, well, of course I'll get a minor in French because I've already taken 4 years of French in high school. It only makes sense that I would continue it. Now, I don't speak a word of French, but then I gave up on that. And I was like, okay, well, let's get a minor in anthropology because anthropology is cool. And then I took a bunch of anthropology classes. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. But then I was like, no, I want a minor in physics, actually. And that's the one I ended up with. But probably only because I happened to be done with school at the time that I had chosen that. Might have changed to something else if I had stuck around longer. Your degree is in anthropology. Anthropology is cool. Some of my favorite classes I took were anthropology classes. Learning about like the cholera outbreak in England and how that helped like people formulate germ theory was very interesting. I think it was like one dude was like monitoring all of the cases of cholera in like London in what, like the 1800s. I'm bad with dates, but he was able to like trace it to the water, and that I think helped create germ theory where people realized that you shouldn't be pooping in the water you drink. Sounds obvious. Wasn't always obvious, as you may think. Hindsight is 20/20. Yeah. He traced it to a specific well. I remember looking at like a map in the book I read about. It was cool. Took ages to convince surgeons to wash their hands before operating. It's so weird to think about now, right? Because it feels like obvious and second nature, but I guess it wasn't. At some point it wasn't. Like the concept of a germ did not exist. You know? Oh, a little microscopic organism? Like that could ever hurt me. I'm simply built different. Didn't know where bugs came from. Oh yeah, I remember that like spontaneous generation experiment that somebody did where they have like a bottle with some meat in it and they assumed that the meat would spawn the flies, like a video game. People were so silly. I'm sure that people are gonna look back at what we think is obvious now and be like, oh my gosh, we really did that? That's crazy. Your bananas spawn fruit flies all the time. That's true. Well, that grosses me out. So I don't like to think about it because what it means is that the eggs are on the banana skin when you get the banana. Don't think about fruit fly eggs and larvae because it's in all the fruit that you eat. But it's fine. It's good for you. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Just wash it. But they're inside, aren't they? It's fine. Yeah, extra protein. But they're so small. Anyway, it's disturbing. I just try not to think about it because I also get disturbed by it. But, you know, that's just life. We're so disconnected from the food we eat. We don't even think about it, that this food came from the ground with the worms and the dirt. How many spiders inside of peanut butter? How does it get in there, though? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I only grind my own peanut butter at the Whole Foods. Actually, I don't. Have you ever used that machine? I've never used it. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna mess it up somehow. It's a thing? It is. In some places, anyway. You can grind your own peanuts into peanut butter. You get shy around it? Me too. I don't know. I'm afraid like I'll start using it and then somebody else will come and want to use it, but I'll already be hogging it. And then they'll be like, you're clearly grinding the peanut butter incorrectly. I'm an expert at this because I grind my peanut butter every week. Fresh, and I can tell that this is your first time and I'm judging you. That's probably not what would happen, but in my mind, that's exactly how it would go down. You're holding the button wrong. Is it a button or is it a crank? I don't even know. What if I accidentally get the almond butter when I'm trying to get the peanut butter? There's a lot that can go wrong. And the old tub of Jif will never do you wrong. It's always there. Oh, reliable. Have you ever just made it at home? No, but I often make my own like cashew cream, which I feel like is pretty much the same thing, but with more water. I heard that when you make peanut butter, the nuts, you have to get them to a place where they release their oils. It's gonna go through a stage of being really dry and horrible first before you get there. Easiest way is to put peanuts in your mouth and chew. Too much work. Chewing. Can't be bothered. I love peanut butter though. Gotta be one of my top 20 foods. If you count ingredients then. Anyway, pre-chewed peanuts. Top 20 butters for sure. Definitely top 20 butters. You're not a big fan of peanut butter? Many people are not. Are there even 20 butters? Peanut butter? Almond butter, cashew butter, macadamia nut butter, cow butter, goat butter, oat butter. There's probably more. Sunflower butter, apple butter, pumpkin butter. If we expand our definition, cocoa butter, olive butter. Is that real? It's probably good because olives are good. Cookie butter. Tahini should be sesame butter, but it's not for some reason. Even sesame paste is not sesame butter. It's sesame paste. That's mysterious. But nothing will be more mysterious than the strawberry not being a berry. We really messed up with that one. If the strawberry doesn't count. That's like one of the most quintessential berries, I feel like. Yeah, and banana is a berry. We need to redo that. It's just not right. We gotta start over with the whole classification system. I propose berry be used for only in a culinary sense, and we shall have a new name for berries in a botanical sense. I'm open to suggestions for the new name. Pineapples are berries too. It's a big berry. Oh, I'm not too hungry. I think for breakfast I'll just have, maybe 2 or 3 berries. Eats 2 or 3 whole pineapples. To mayonnaise a berry? Could be. Why not? Mayonnaise doesn't have to have eggs in it, as we've discussed. Pizza is vegetables. Okay, that was very controversial, but pizza is vegetables. Especially if you put vegetables on the pizza. Why shouldn't pizza be vegetables? No, it's not. Pizza is at least one vegetable, though. Okay. Is pasta marinara vegetable? I say it's one vegetable. No? It's fruit? Okay, then pizza is fruit. Tomato is a vegetable. Culinarily, I think. Pizza has fruit. So if you have pizza with broccoli on it, is that a balanced meal? It has a carb, it has a protein, the cheese, it has a fruit, the tomato, and it has a vegetable, the broccoli, technically. So how about a hot pocket? A hot dog is a taco. I mean, if a pineapple is a berry, then sure, why not? Nothing is real, and nothing matters. If anything can be a berry, then anything can be a hot dog. Here we go. Food nihilism. I don't know. All I know is I'm eating girl dinner. No, that's the answer to the food nihilism is the girl dinner, where dinner can be anything, and it doesn't matter, and it's beautiful because it doesn't matter, because it came from the back of your fridge. And you're just clearing it out, and you didn't have to pay for anything. And because it fills you up. Dinner is just a mindset. Because I feel like for breakfast, you can eat whatever you want. I mean, people eat a cinnamon roll for breakfast. But the moment that you eat a cracker and cheese for dinner, it's too far. No. We're too rigid about dinner. Mocha soy latte is a 3-bean soup. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think to add chocolate. Add vanilla for 4 beans? That's amazing. My diet this year is gonna go so good. Gonna be so healthy. Eating so many beans. Exclusively bean diet. Beans are good though. I'm a fan. The garbanzo is, I think, my favorite bean because it makes hummus and it makes falafels, and chickpeas on their own are also delicious. Oh yeah, and chana masala. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I'm hungry. I could take a break to get food. I don't like to eat on stream because my voice gets all scratchy and because I don't like listening to my own chewing noises. Listening to other people's chewing noises is fine, but my own, illegal. Jail. That's the best part. Well, I agree when I'm watching, ASMR. Somebody else's. At least a mukbang ASMR. Sometimes I watch them, but then, I don't know. I like the really unhealthy ones. And I feel bad. Hopefully, I don't know. There's always drama where it's oh, this mukbanger actually wasn't eating the food. Oh, they actually were spitting out their 8,000 chicken wings. Who could have known? But am I crazy? I kind of think that's fine. If they spit it out off camera, they gotta preserve their health, I don't want to be contributing to somebody's unhealthy lifestyle by watching. It's food waste. Is it a waste if it's used for entertainment? If a little bit of food waste can bring entertainment to thousands of people, I've wasted food. I've wasted plenty of food. Plenty of leftovers that went bad in my fridge. And that didn't do any good in the world. That didn't do anything. That didn't entertain anybody. It wasn't intentional, no. But I could certainly do better about it. It was food waste when I got all those LaCroix for my ASMR taste test and didn't finish them. Most of those went down the drain. Poured the turkey water straight down the drain. That's in the world of service. That's LaCroix, it makes sense. I actually like LaCroix. Well, usually I drink I love sparkling water. Ah! Non-sparkling water clears. I mean, I love my regular water. Drink it every day. All day, every day. But I don't drink any soda, so sometimes I want, I want something special that tastes vaguely of fruit. But I don't know. People say that it tastes like a whisper of a fruit. I think it tastes like fruit. It has flavor. It's just bitter. Yeah, okay, maybe. I love bitter though, I guess. I guess that makes sense. I mean, the carbonation makes it bitter, right? Carbonation makes things bitter in general. The Switch cartridges makes things sour? Then what makes it bitter? I thought it was the carbonation. Oh, the limited edition Toledo Switch cartridge flavor would have been good. I might have to steal that. I was gonna do, for my Napling Choice Awards, at first I was gonna do a special edition Toledo flavor, but I couldn't think of anything funny, so then I did the lawsuit. That would have been a good one. I might steal that in the future. Yeah, for an ad. Next time. For the lawsuit. We need an emo nurse, Nimi. That's true. You're right. We sure do. We sure do. My dark and brooding Oshi. My only regret is that I wish I was more emo when I was a little tween. I got scared out of it by that one person who was like, oh, you look scary, but you're actually nice. And I was like, what? But my goal wasn't to look scary. My goal was to look cool and emo. That's my only regret. Okay, wow. There's probably more. I live a regret-free life, Things come as they may. And I live. But I should have been more emo as a tween because I felt like everything mattered, but actually nothing matters when you're 12. That's the perfect time to experiment with your style. And I should have. I could be more emo now to make up for it. I kind of am. I'm trying to downsize my closet, and most of the non-goth clothes are on the chopping block. But it's hard because I still like them all. I like all my clothes. I've formed emotional attachments to all of them. They even have names. I couldn't possibly part with Belinda. That's how you get yourself in trouble. No, they don't actually have names. But this YouTube Shorts creator named Andrea, whom I adore, she names her belts, and it's very cute. Belinda must go. Not Belinda. Give Belinda to a home she deserves. See, that's true. They should go to more loving homes where they'll actually get worn. But that's assuming that the thrift store that I drop it off at doesn't immediately just put it into the incinerator. They look at it and they're like, this looks weird. Who in their right mind would ever wear this? Oh well, into the incinerator it goes. Belinda was sent to a farm. No. I do feel like, I don't know, I try not to be that person who donates trash to the charity thrift store and then they just have to throw it away. But I am bad because to me it's not trash. But it might be. Because I look at stuff that, I don't know, you probably shouldn't. You shouldn't donate anything that has a hole in it, right? I mean, there's plenty of stuff with holes in it at the thrift store, though. But my thought is oh, it would be so easy to mend this. It's just I don't want to do it. Because I don't like it enough to mend it. But somebody could. You feel like that's fine. It probably depends on the extent of the damage, And also how nice the clothing item is in the first place. If it was bought from Forever 21, it does have a hole in it. That's probably not making it into anybody's closet. As nice as that would be. Yeah, most clothes are pretty bad these days. Should last forever. Sometimes I think about medieval peasants and their clothes. Because they would wear their clothes forever. They would mend it and resize it and keep it forever. I mean, some clothes from back then still exist today, but they also probably wore the same thing every day. But I do that too. I guess I do that too. It's just the same 3 things over and over. Where's wood? Is my desk even made of wood? Why does it sound like metal? Fake wood all around me. My mom got me a a new desk mat for Christmas. I have a desk mat and then I have my 02 mouse pad on top. But it's very cute, but I have a small desk in here. Small space in general. So it covers the entirety of the desk. So I cannot even reach the wood of the desk. It's a cute one. It's got like multicolored animals. It's like a room with animals in it. And it's pink, but also very colorful. Very multicolored. It's cute. And I feel like she read my mind because I like wanted one. Because I think it was like right before Christmas, I cleaned up my workspace. Did a deep clean. Got all nice. And then I was like, you know what? I could use a desk mat. I want a pink one. And then she got me one for Christmas. She must have read my mind. Did I mention it? No. She just knows. Moms just know this kind of thing. She also gave me a hair clip that looks like bok choy, which is very cute. So now I have a bok choy hair clip. My favorite color, pink. Yes, but don't tell anybody. It's a secret. It's a secret. I'm green. I'm green after all. I hate green. No. I did grow to love green, like much more. I was not necessarily like all in on green, but it just happened over the years. And now I wear lots of green all the time. The Bees musical, they should turn Bee movie into a musical. Bee musical, it already has a name. Have I even seen that movie? I don't know, because all of my memories of it have been replaced by like the memes, you know, to the point where like I don't know if I've actually seen it or if I've just read the script posted on the internet so many times or watched it in the form of a GIF, because I've certainly done that. It is crazy. Isn't it about a lady falling in love with a bee and then the lady's boyfriend is the villain for getting in the way of the bee love? It's about a court case. What is the court case involved? How does that involve bees? Sometimes it just feels like they ran out of ideas. But this movie was really popular, right? So maybe they don't need ideas as a meme. More been popular? Well, I never saw that movie either. Did I watch the bee movie? I really don't know. I watched the movie. What's the one where there's like, are they ants? They're kind of scary. And they're like having a bug war. Is this called Ants? Is that the one? No, I'm thinking Bug's Life. But what's the difference? What is Ants? Bug's Life was better? But the spooky grasshoppers? Yeah. Maybe that's how I developed my fear. Was it blue or red? I thought it was both. I thought it was blue ants versus red ants. It's Halo for ants. Ants has a war? What's the one with the sad ant and he's got like the stick with his clothes tied up in it because he's got to hit the road? That's A Bug's Life. It's possible I saw both and that they have now combined in my memory into one movie. There's also Ant Bully? Like the video game? But with ants? What's Ant Bully? There was a movie before the video game? It's kind of weird that they changed all the ants into humans. I guess they tried to make it more palatable. Seems like they must have changed the plot, too. I couldn't find any ant actors. Oh. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Why they'd have to do that. Rockstar took some liberties. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. My favorite, though, is Honey Bunches of Oats. Because that one feels like it's almost could be healthy. Like it's almost granola, but it's actually not. It's actually just as unhealthy as all the other unhealthy cereals. But it has oats in the name. Fruit Loops are good. Fruity Pebbles I love on like a froyo. In a froyo sort of context. Frosted Flakes? A little boring, I dare say. I won't judge anyone who makes the Frosted Flakes their favorite. Is that Tony the Tiger? Is he the old Frosted Flakes guy? It's Tony's fault? Your best cereal mascots. Count Chocula. The Toucan? Is that the Fruit Loops toucan? He's pretty cute. Captain Crunch? Yeah. I'd like Captain Crunch too. I know I said boring Frosted Flakes, but I like Captain Crunch. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Did you know that shoes can explode? If you don't wear it for a long time, your shoe can explode. Not like violently, more like disintegrate. It's something to watch out for. if you have a special event and you haven't worn your dress shoes in 10 years, be aware that they could disintegrate on your feet while you're wearing them. Just letting you know, so you can exercise caution as you live your lives. Never want to be caught unawares with exploded shoes. Wouldn't want that to happen to you. Speaking from experience, no, my shoes would never disintegrate. That's never happened to me. Please don't have feet. But you might want to wear shoes someday. You could shapeshift your smoky form to be anything, you know? Like Fantasia. 8 more. But 8 times 8 is 64, which means an hour and 4 minutes at an 8-minute pace. Whatever, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not worried about all that. 8 single digit, 8 small. 8's a small number. 8's gone in no time. One of the smallest numbers. I think I realized something about numbers. I say it like I had a revelation about mathematics. I think, okay, well maybe it is, okay? This could be important stuff that I've stumbled upon. A number feels friendlier the more factors it has. The less prime a number is, the friendlier it feels. Prime numbers feel the least friendly. That's why a number like 24, that's a beautiful, friendly number because it has so many factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 24. Wonderful number. 12, also great. You've heard this before? So it's true then. So my feelings are true? Factual. 2 is prime? Yeah, but small numbers also feel friendlier. Bigger numbers feel more unfriendly. I feel like 24 is like peak friendliness. But even, you know, like when you get like 64 and 256, those are pretty friendly too. 10, 24. But like the big prime numbers, not friendly at all. 7's not that friendly. You know, that's where things start to really decline in terms of friendliness. 7, 8, 9 after all. 8 and 9, both non-prime numbers. More friendly than 7. The primes in Foundation are wicked. That's what made me think of it. They're like evil numbers. Terrible. And the big primes, they want to be undiscovered. You need like a giant machine to find them. Are they prime because they're evil, or are they evil because they're prime? I think they're evil because they're prime. Because I don't think every prime number is quite evil, because 3 is not so evil. But it's like the isolation from the other numbers, you know? Like, they don't want any part with the other numbers. And I think, you know, like 3 is related to many numbers. 2 especially, because it becomes a factor. But like these gigantic prime numbers, they have like nothing to do with anybody. I mean, of course, they are the factor of an even bigger prime number, or a non-prime number. The factor of an even bigger number, like it plus times 2 or whatever. But that's like nothing. That's like number isolation. Because by that point, the number is so big, it will never be seen. You kind of get it? I've always felt that numbers had a personality. And I think this is a key component of that theory, is how many factors they have. The more factors, the friendlier they are. If every number is a factor of an infinite number of larger factors, well, that's why it's like, that's only a small aspect. Because infinity is too big to be considered by my brain. Thinking like a mathematician. How do mathematicians think? Are they often thinking about the friendliness of numbers? This is often how like savants are portrayed in media, but I don't know if it's true or not. Like savants know numbers, like intimately, like they're friends. I don't know if that's true. Not to say me, I'm not a savant. I might view them as friendly, but they don't view me as a friend. They're not whispering any grand truths into my ears. Or if they are, I'm not hearing it. 1, 2, and 5 are nice, all other bets are off. I like 3, but 3 is prime. But 3 is just a nice number. Well, I think that becomes, like, turns into, like, art, you know? Like, the rule of 3s. 3 just feels good to our minds, you know? 3 feels like a good set, a good amount. Like, how many dumplings do you want to eat? 3, right? If you have a side of dumplings, you want to eat 3. 12! No, a side of dumplings. 3 is an awkward number for an appetizer. Well, that's why it should be 3 per person. If you have 2 people, then it should be 6 dumplings. 3 people, it should be 9. 3 pineapples. How many pineapples do you want to eat? 3, obviously. Cut your pizza into 12. 12 is a little too many, you know? Those are gonna be some thin slices. But 12 feels nice for like dividing it amongst your party friends, you know? If you have 3 friends or 4, 12 works. Or 6, it all works. Or 2, like 12 and not 24. I mean, if the pizza is big enough, then why not? But that's getting into like elementary school, end of the year pizza party territory, which I know they just did that because they had to buy the pizzas themselves. But man, they were cutting them thin. Square pizzas, honestly, too whimsical for me. I don't like it. Because how are you supposed to pick up the piece in the middle? You're gonna end up with sauce on it. Yeah, no handles. Thin crust is good. I prefer like thick crust or, well, I like a New York style crust too. But I'll eat any pizza, you know? I like, what is it? Is it Detroit style? I always ask this. The one that's like in a pan and it's fried. That one is often square. But it gets a pass for being special. Yeah, like the fried one, the crispy one. Not deep dish, it's slightly different. It comes in like a square pan, and it's like been fried in its own oils. Detroit. A Michigan pizza, huh? What about Cleveland? They got any pizzas? Any special pies? It has chili on it? Like chili flakes? I love a chili flake on pizza. I think pizza should be spicy. But I kind of think most foods should be spicy. Like exactly to my taste. Foods should be the exact spiciness that I enjoy, no more, no less. Except desserts. The Skyrim soundtrack isn't even that much of an emergency. The real emergency is when I start rolling Uma Musume. The real emergency is when I put $20 into Uma Musume. 20 real dollars. Just for the dopamine. That's when I need to end the stream. Only $20? That's a lot for me who has never put any money into Uma Musume. That's how they get you. Once they have your credit card information, it's easier from them. It's a dangerous road. It's like people trying to describe my haircut. Dirty, dark, blonde, light brown, strawberry, brown, beige. It's called Nimi Blonde now. Did we settle on blonde then? And the chibi is a different shade than this one. To make matters even more confusing, peach gold? My Mario Kart rank? Do they have ranks? Mario Kart? Peach gold. That does sound nice. But maybe I just like peach. Solution become bald? You know, I'll try anything. Maybe we just need to get into the mindset of Diogenes. Maybe that could be it. My eyes. Don't say that. This is my beautiful cue ball head. Down the brightness of me? I will shine as brightly as I like, thank you. Don't ever try to dull your brightness for someone else. Haven't you heard that one? Don't let anybody dull your shine. Superstar? The full moon is beautiful tonight. See, that's more like it. Thank you. Do you think there's aliens? I don't know what I think. I really want to see if there's life on Mars. You know, like microbes. I feel like we'll probably know that soon. Although, it's easier to say that yes, there are than no, there aren't. I feel like we're close to knowing. To me, if there's like microbial life or, you know, proof that there was on Mars, then to me that says that life is probably abundant in our solar, or maybe, I don't know, solar system, our universe, our galaxy, and then there probably are aliens. Maybe even smart ones. But if there's no other life in our solar system, then maybe we are alone. I could see it being a fluke, you know? I tend to think that, I don't know, if there were intelligent aliens, I feel like we would have heard them. Because, you know, humans put off a ton of, like, noise into the universe. All kinds of waves. Like, we would be able to hear ourselves, for example, if we were within a certain distance, right? So I kind of feel like if there were intelligent aliens nearby, we would hear them. Or they're so intelligent that they have a way of not being heard, which is kind of scary. Favorite Project Hail Mary? Is this what that book is about? I actually bought it recently because I googled books to read after Outer Wilds and that book came up, but then I read like the first 2 pages and then I stopped. Don't watch the trailer for the movie? Okay, I won't. Maybe I should read it. It's just I wanted the main character to be more serious. You're in a space survival situation. Stop making jokes. I'm just a curmudgeon though. Act serious. Get real. Yeah, no fun allowed. Exactly. Heard The Martian? No, but I watched the movie. The movie's good. I will read it because I've heard many good things about Project Hail Mary. For a brief time, I really got into the idea of astrobiology, which is like just the idea of like alien biology, or biology of non-Earth organisms. That's an alien though. It just makes me, I'm so curious, like if life evolved from a non-common ancestor, what would it look like? Would it have DNA or would it be completely different, Would it have RNA? Well, because I guess viruses kind of, honestly, I feel like viruses are kind of like aliens, parasitic aliens. But I want to know. I'm curious. How similar or different would they be? It would look like crabs, mushrooms. But they could be like so different. Or what if they have different senses than what we have? So we can't even detect them. Like what if they can see X-rays? What if their visible light spectrum is different than ours? What if they don't have noses? Who knows? Yeah, what if they're gaseous? Neither do I. I do have a nose. You can see it clearly if you put your stream in 1080p and zoom in. Not detectable in the visible spectrum. Single pixel, that's all you need. Most smells are bad. Have you thought about this? Smells are largely bad rather than good. And the unpleasant smell is much worse than the pleasant smell is good. Like a bad smell can make you throw up, A good smell, I don't know. It's just nice. So I only need one small pixel of nose because most smells are bad anyway. You need to smell more for better memory? Smell the answers for your exam. I mean, that's true. Have you tried that? I've never actually tried that, but I've heard that if you sniff something and then while you're studying, and then you sniff it during your exam, it will help you remember. But I also kind of feel like if you have to resort to that, then maybe you're not as prepared for the exam as you should be. Desperate times, I suppose. Get the smell doctor. How do you bring the smells to the exam? Well, you could wear the smell, for example. If it's a perfume, I feel like you would be allowed. What if it's like a lip gloss or like a chapstick, Those are scented. Or can be. I feel like you'd be allowed to have that in your exam. Some chapstick to put on. That could do it. Or chew gum and then take it out and smell it. Yes, I see. Pens with scented ink. The like scented marker. Taking my Calculus 2 exam with the licorice scented marker. Don't know if you're gonna have enough space to show your work with the pen that big. Scented chapstick, you just have car fresheners. I feel like that they wouldn't be mad, would they? If you took out a car freshener, maybe they would be. What if you just had it in your shirt, Like you don't need to take it out. What if you just have it like tucked into your collar? Surely that's fine. I'm sure professors have seen worse. Braille in your pockets. Wait, has anyone done that? But I feel like if you go through the effort of learning Braille, then you've earned the right to cheat. I guess how much could you fit in your pockets? And how much does it even help anyway? Depends on the exam. Depends on the subject. Learning Braille to cheat on my Braille test. Got him. Genius. It's like cheating at an eye exam. Who would do that? I thought I would get in trouble if I failed my eye exam. Or rather, I thought that they would look at me with disappointment. You'd be in sort of trouble. I don't know. I guess I didn't want glasses, but like I didn't get glasses. Well, I have glasses now, but I got contacts, and mostly I wear contacts. But I guess I was scared of contacts. I mean, they were scary the first 50 times you put them in your eye, but after that, it's just second nature. Just stick with the glasses. It's really not that bad. It looks worse than it is. Although sometimes it like burns your eyes. But I use the daily contacts, which are better, I think. They're thinner, so they don't hurt as much, and you don't have to worry about cleaning them. You know, you just pop them in, and then when you're done, you throw them away. That one woman who had like 50 behind her eye, well, she must have like gone to sleep wearing them. I've never lost a contact in my eye because I keep track. I don't put in new contacts if I'm sure I haven't taken them out. Didn't realize they have dailies. They're more expensive, but they're nicer than the non-dailies. Don't double stack them for better vision. I think once I accidentally put 2 in my eye, but it was one time. And because I got confused. And I thought I didn't have one in, but I did. And that did hurt. Have I ever lost them? Yes. Sometimes they like fall out. Rarely, but it can happen. But again, since mine are dailies, it's not a big deal. Just go get another one. And my vision is not so bad that I'll die if I can't. If I don't have contacts, I can still see if a car is plummeting towards me. If fall out, it means you're wearing them for too long. Probably. I don't wear them that long. Though I used to. Well, honestly, a lot of the times I don't wear anything, like, in my eyes. I don't wear glasses or contacts. It's just 4 more, just 4 measly runs. I'm just blind. Yeah, I'll just be blind. You know, well, because my vision's not that bad. It's minus 1.75, which is really not that bad. And I'm nearsighted, so I can see things close to me, which is the computer screen, and that's all I need to see. So if I'm at home, I don't really wear anything. If I'm watching TV, I'll put on my glasses. But other than that, I just exist in a sort of fuzzy state. I mentioned before that me getting contacts for the first time was like a traumatic revelation on how ugly the world is. Because I was living in my fuzzy reality. The first thing I saw was myself. And I saw like my skin, and I didn't wear makeup yet at this time. So I saw, you know, my like unmakeuped skin with all the pores, and I was like horrified. I was like, I look like this? Then I was like, does everybody look like this? Yes, I missed my fuzzy vision. Yeah, like one of the SpongeBob close-ups. Yes, it was exactly like that. So then I started wearing foundation after that. So, you know, the world is a beautiful place when I don't have my glasses on. Everyone is perfectly airbrushed. You know, I can still see, like, people's faces, more or less. It's just perfectly filtered. If some things are better in 480p, exactly. Still find the world beautiful. Well, nature looks better with glasses on. That's because nature is just beautiful. Unless you look at the bugs, that's true. The bugs. But, you know, I don't see bugs. Well, I'm not like looking for them. Actually, I like looking at bugs if it's not on me. Like, I'm always the person who's like, oh my god, look, a huge spider. Let's go look at it. I only have a problem if they're like in my bed or on me. Or they appear within like 2 feet of me without me noticing. I was like digging through my laundry basket. I was like taking towels out of it, and a giant wolf spider appeared in the laundry basket, like on the towel that I pulled out, and it was like a jump scare, and I screamed. And the cats ran. Yeah, a giant enemy spider. Did I tell you that already? I probably did. They ran. Protect your mother cats. I know they didn't. That's fine. I protect them. They don't need to protect me. Although, spiders are like what they should be protecting me from. That's like within their realm of what they could do for me. Like that's well within their capabilities as cats, is protecting me from spiders. That should be in their job description. And they don't have many responsibilities as cats. But protecting me from spiders, that's like at the top of the list. But yeah, if I hadn't screamed, then it probably would have been okay. But I can't help it. If spiders are useful, yeah. And I feel bad because this one probably, you know, it didn't want to see me. It was well hidden before I unearthed it from its hiding spot. We never should have crossed paths. Normally. Would I kill all mosquitoes if I could? I think so. They're like, haven't people done this thought experiment in that they're not necessary for the ecosystem? They do not contribute to the ecosystem, so it's safe to kill them all. They're good for bats. Are they necessary? Mosquitoes? Yeah, you would save millions of lives, because the mosquito is the most deadly animal, right? As long as, you know, the ecosystem wouldn't collapse and cause even more carnage. I've heard that they like breed sterile mosquitoes and then release them. Or I guess, I don't know, they're not sterile themselves, but they have a mutation so that all their offspring will be sterile, and that's pretty effective. That's pretty cool. Bug research. Are they pollinators? Mosquitoes? Why do I hate vampire bugs? I don't. I mean, on paper, mosquitoes are kind of cool. It's only the females that drink blood, right? Are there any mosquito VTubers? Like a sexy vampire mosquito lady? I could see it. What about like with a gas mask? That'd be kind of cool. Like a mosquito-looking gas mask with the proboscis. There's one in One Punch Man. I've really come to like dancing, especially as a form of exercise. That is very rewarding. Especially to see, like, my progress, you know? Like, in how I feel. I guess this is why people like going to the gym. Maybe I should learn to go to the gym. But dancing is more fun than the gym. And I don't know what to do at the gym. It's like, oh, pick this weight up 10 times. And then wait for 2 minutes and then pick it up again 10 more times. How are you supposed to know what to do at the gym? It do be like that. And what if my form is bad and I injure myself? They teach you. Who's they? The gym goers? The gym bros? But the gym bros are scary. I know they're probably nice and not judgmental, but I'm scared they will see me lifting with my back and not my legs. Well, they probably will, and then they'll be like, hey, sis, you gotta lift with your legs, not with your back, sis. At least hopefully they say that, not auntie. Hey, auntie, you gotta be lifting with your legs. Ma'am, mademoiselle. I wish I could be called mademoiselle. Can we introduce mademoiselle to the English language? It's got a lot of pizzazz to it. I don't mind miss. I really don't like ma'am, though. I feel like nobody does, is the thing. Who wants to be ma'am? But people say ma'am. I like milady. I like my lady. That's the best one. No contest. I used to say milady, but I'm trying to change to my lady because I watched Game of Thrones and I learned that if you're fancy, you say my lady. Although there's nothing wrong with being a nice medieval peasant saying milady. What about your highness? That's good too. Or her majesty. My liege. I like it all. You know? I just like the fantasy. Your grace? I always get confused though, because sometimes it's your, sometimes it's her. Her majesty? Your majesty? Your grace? Who's who? Who's what are we talking about? Your holiness. Her majesty. Nope, it doesn't make sense to me.